I knew this question was coming. It was right around the corner. It was asked recently, and that was, how does our business model do in a recession? And let's first do a refresher on what our business model is. We go and we prospect raw land that has development potential, and we take it through the approval process, through the entitlement process to get it approved for development. Okay, that is our business model. Have we developed lots in the past and built home, doing all those things? Yes, but our model currently in this market, based upon the demand, is we are doing the prospecting, we're doing the approvals, and we're exiting at approvals, because that's how we can bring the most value to the marketplace and to our clients, and it's a win-win for everybody. Okay, so that's our business model. So let's go a little further into that business model. Actually, before I even do that, let me say this. We, as a company, Allied Development, are still growing and scaling as quick as we possibly can. We're constantly recruiting and hiring new people, and we are scaling across the country. With everything that's going on with the rates and everything's happening in the market, why are we still growing and scaling at the pace we are? Because you have to remember about the pent-up demand, or the housing crisis, or the housing shortage. We still have to provide these homes to everybody. So even, I actually had someone mention to me the other day that their traffic was at a 2-year low. And my response was, thank goodness it's at a 2-year low. And they're like, what do you mean by that? I said that because it actually excites me about our business model, because I want to operate in a sustainable market. Okay, what's been going on the last 2 years where their traffic has been absolutely insane? One is, I don't care that their traffic has dropped, because for the last 2 years, the traffic's been so crazy, they haven't been able to remotely keep up with the demand anyways. At least now, with the demand slowing down a little bit, we actually have a shot at making a dent in this deficit, right? Is trying to fill all this demand that's in the market. So there's still a major need for approved developments so that we can provide housing for everybody, okay? Even with it slowing down to a 2-year low. That doesn't concern me, okay? Next is, the last 2 years was bullshit. It wasn't a real market. It was an artificial market. It's the double-digit appreciation. I mean, some areas being 20-30%, that's just stupid. That's not sustainable. I want to operate in a market that is running at, say, 3% appreciation. At least everybody can keep up with that. And here's the thing with our underwriting. We plug 0 appreciation under our underwriting. The market could go completely flat, no appreciation, and we still hit our margins. Okay, let's talk about our flexibility for a second. So with our model, we don't close until approvals, okay? And the same time we're closing on the purchase of the property, our buyer's closing on the purchase from us. It's called a double closing or a simultaneous closing. So those closings happen at the same time. We literally hold title for a split second, okay? What that does is gives us flexibility. So let's say the market does correct and it starts going down. We have flexibility. We can renegotiate the purchase price. We can push the closing out to the other side of the downturn. And worst case scenario, we can walk. We're not stuck holding any bag. As soon as you take title to property, you are holding the bag. So people over the last couple of years that haven't been educated, haven't known what they're doing, there's numerous people out there right now that are probably stuck holding bags of different assets because they took title and they overpaid for it, and now pricing is corrected with their asset class, and now they're in an asset upside down. They lost all flexibility because they took title. Don't get me wrong, there's certain asset classes and business models where you have to take title. Just with ours, you don't, okay? And so, man, this what's going on, these increased rates and all, man, it's cutting all that BS out of the market, all the uneducated. And that's why, by the way, drop a pitch for VestRight real quick. That's why you should go take VestRight's course and get educated so you actually understand the model. But, okay, so that's going to make things easier. We're going to actually cut some of the BS out of the market, which is exciting to me. And I'm excited now to get to that normal market where we can just do business consistently and sustainable. But remember, there's still huge deficit, shortage of housing, which then creates demand for our model, even though the BS is over. Okay, let's take it a step further. Okay, with our buyers, we pre-sell our deals pretty early in the process after we get them prospected or tied up. And so what happens is our total capital, remember, we have limited risk and limited capital, and that's because of our model, right? So the reason we have limited capital is because we're exiting at approvals. So when I look at our total capital into a deal after, up until approvals, our earnest money we get from our buyers, the non-refundable earnest money we get from our buyers, as long as we don't default, meaning as long as we deliver the approval, the earnest money is equal to 1 times, even in some cases, I think of a deal right now, 5 times our total capital. So let's say our buyer just absolutely walks on the deal, okay? I'm still going to get it approved, and if they walk, I still am going to make, at the worst case scenario, break even and potentially make 5 times my money over the course of, say, a year of the process. That's a phenomenal return on our money. That covers any type of downside. And it might be that they walk and I go renegotiate a price reduction, or I push closing out to the other side of the downturn. And so I'm now making a great return on our capital, plus I still control the asset. I mean, how sweet is that? So hopefully that gives you some great insight on how our model does in a recession. And hopefully you've come to the conclusion by now, it's pretty sweet the way it's all set up. But remember, the way I figured to set it all up this way is because I've been through this before. This isn't my first rodeo. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I've customized and created this model of what I do and also what I teach. So anyways, all right, take care. See ya.